morning. We're here to do the update for the twin flame connection. And I'm quickly going to look through the book. I pulled your cards. How are we all doing? Which gives ample time for everyone to get in the building. And I've got a broken nail, so forgive me. I'm transitioning over. How are we doing? Well, I'm at the 29th. Some of you will be at the 28th. New moon in Leo. And Jupiter stationing. So don't make any major moves, okay? Just wait a minute. Let it digest. Let it go retrograde before you make any major decisions. I tell you. Oh, yes, we've got the ruin cast. Okay, so we are starting and bloody things in reverse. Aren't we excited? Oh, what is it? It's Mars. Now, Mars later in the month is going to move out of the house of Taurus. And it's going to move into the house of Gemini, which is all Mercury, and your crowning energy is Mercury, which means communication and gossip, okay? Don't enter into conflict. Don't get angry. Don't lose your temper. Don't. Try not to, okay? There can be some frustrations moving into the first week of August to 2 weeks. It is a very transformative month. In the twin flame connection, Juno in Pisces has already gone retrograde, which is meaning, yes, those blasts from the past are going to be coming back. Mars in Gemini sounds insane. Yeah, well, look, we had the North Node in Gemini, and that was, we had the North Node in, was it Capricorn, Cancer and Capricorn, the axis? That was where we had the great conjunction moving into the age of Aquarius, which already did start, previously. And then we moved to the second set of nodes, which was Gemini. Can't remember the other. You know what I mean. So it is. Mars and Gemini is to do with talking, internet. We were on the internet quite a bit. We were stuck at home. In the connection, definitely from an ascension point of view, because the South Node was Sagittarius, this is going to bring the connection 360. And it is, when you look at it, Mars is masculine, right? And we do, many do look at Gemini as the twins. So it's going to, Mars will retrograde a little bit later, not too far away, but it's going to be sitting in the house of Gemini for quite a bit. So be careful of gossip, right? Be careful of gossip. We've got the gossip card, crowning energy. Hear the person, don't presume. We could get triggered. You may feel as though you're seeing a situation relating to your twin. It's funny how the crowning energy, and this is the joint, is coming up to do with the masculine and divine masculine at the moment. These cards are really interesting. I even pulled cards this week, moving into the first week of August, to see what the dead Leo is going on in a blockage. And it does appear to be a third party, okay? Now, this can be that this person has a conflicting situation and divine feminine has not got over it, or it can be that there is a third party, okay? And they're kind of going from one connection, ending a cycle and moving into another, okay? But we'll dig into the cards and I'll channel them. Now, the ruin cast we have, and it does link to fire, Mars, right? Fire, ash, Mars. It's to do with joy, okay? It's in reverse. Are we happy? Are we liking the transits? And Jupiter going retrograde is divine masculine. So when we look to astrology, because there was not a lot of movement, and that doesn't mean to say not all people didn't have movement in their twin flame path around 2017-18 was one group. Then there was between, I would say, 2021, but between 20 and 21 we did have the South Node in Sagittarius, okay? So that for divine masculine was part of their Kundalini awakening, their ascension, their movement, kind of going backwards. And it might have felt like they were a little bit in hermit mode. Why? Because the North Node was in Gemini. So it was stuck doing things, stuck at home, maybe in a karmic relationship and not being able to, eventuate. Maybe, trying to actually learn lessons. And we did definitely learn lessons through the North Node in Gemini. Now we have the North Node in Taurus. And for divine feminines, this is going to be very intense. Number one is because at the moment, Mars will be in Taurus for the first half of August. So that's you within your own power. And if you were to look at your own birth chart, Mars in a feminine's birth chart is what you need to create inside yourself. It sucks a bit, but it's where we will seek inside of another individual. But the lesson in it is to implement it within our own life and not to seek that inside another person. And then it moves over to Gemini. So at the moment, because the North Node's in Taurus, it can be feminine in nature. It's Venus, it's your self-worth, your value. Juno at the moment in Pisces in retrograde. Anywhere you have Pisces in your chart, I've done a Juno retrograde video. Go and refer to it. It's going to give you some context as to where that location is going to hit. And you can look at the whole video. I mean, because you're going to see different patterns, both within your twin sign, both within your rising, and kind of digest that to understand how it can play out for you. Generally with Juno retrograde, it's a big karmic test within the twin flame collective. Anytime I have dealt with the Juno retrograde, be it I was in a soulmate or a karmic relationship on my twin flame path, something inside my connection changed, and definitely I did too. I did experience breakups when in reconciliation with my twin. I did, but again, that would be very first and seventh house. Don't get too pickled in it, because we're going to give the channeled messages here today. But what I'm trying to say to you is Juno retrograde is quite pivotal. It's 12th house. It's closing a cycle for divine masculines, and inside of your life, it's health, right? It's your routine. It's boredom. It's the house of hidden enemies for divine feminine. It's where you are trying to looking after your wellness, looking after your routine, maybe getting out of a rut and, shaking the cobwebs off and getting connected to society again, but picking and dealing with love in a different way. Some of you could be really coming through deeply traditional at the moment of how you think life looks like. But again, the attachment can be that what's happening on their side is completely out of your control, and that completely can be frustrating you. Uranus and Taurus can cause nervous energy. So you could feel very anxious, very tense, being able to sleep lots and then not sleep at all. Really keeping your diet at a very healthy level to maintain that energy that we're needing to achieve. It could potentially slow down a bit once Jupiter moves retrograde, which today for me, I'll have to check the astrology later. And future tense, I am going to be doing updates for the astrology, update for the moon energy. I do cover the moon energies via the website if you want those. So what does this, oh God, it connects to family and bloody tribe. And we do have Venus in Cancer at the moment. Okay, so particularly a team or tribal level, and where is the next moon coming from? So we're moving into Leo. We're having the new moon in Leo, and you're having to move through very courageously. Apart from the fact Leo is sun, it's happiness, it's bliss, and this is the ruin cast of the Leo moon moving over to August. This is what we're going to be embodying Leo energy into the first pocket of August regardless, right? Because the next moon's in Aquarius. So at the moment, you're all sun, but it doesn't look like it, okay? So you could be realizing where you need sun, where you need light, where you need joy and happiness. Mundane, joy, celebration, success, reward, harmony, family, tribe, emotional release. Okay, be careful of ego at the moment. Even though it's a new moon, you tend to find in order to receive that new, we psychologically have to accept and come to terms with things that we don't see. And what does sun do? Sun sees everything. In any moon phase, sun sees nothing. It's dark. It's like an eclipse. So people that are Leo natives, generally of the moon, especially because it's there, it can feel very foggy for the Leo individuals in astrology. You can have a bit of attachment. You might go into control, and you just need to calm down. It's normal. How do I explain it? You're light, so it is literally like an eclipse, and it can make you feel anxious, like, I don't know what's coming. I don't know how to deal with the circumstance. Do I need to do something? Just pause for 2 days, guys, okay? Give it a couple of days. Jupiter's station. So Jupiter is, I want to venture, I want to play, I want to move, I want to have fun, I want success and movement. Jupiter's going retrograde. That doesn't mean movement won't happen. That means As it stations, things won't make sense, not right away. It can feel foggy. There could be something that comes to tonight. You know, you might see something or feel something. Just leave it for 2 days after the Leo moon, and it can move into its retrograde, and you can have some sense of context. Now, the good thing about Jupiter retrograde is A, you may be hearing from your twin. B, it slows things down, that anywhere that you have Aries in your chart, go look at my website, I cover your star signs, you can grasp what you need to change, okay? And you can actually be more successful, and we can have lady luck happening in the next few days, especially in the first 2 weeks of August. The way this came through to me, both in the 3D and through a channeled message, was it's 50-50. And this is how we're going to have to look at adversity at this point in time. I kind of find it's quite subliminal because we're in the year of the tiger, right? The year of the tiger is ruthless. It's strength, it's courage. And what is the moon? It's a Leo, right? So in the card of strength, there is a feminine holding its mouth open, but she's soothing it. She gets it. She totally understands, and she's able to deal with the circumstance. That's strength, right? It's like, okay, whatever the thing looks like, I can deal with it. The way the first 2 weeks can play out is only the toughest will survive. And why is that? Because sometimes when we have adversity, what do? We wage those scales and we say, is this worth it? And if it's not, what do? We quit, right? And so doors closing or doors not opening is rejection, is universe's protection, but it could be saying, hey, slow down, because Jupiter's moving retrograde. We're going to show you an easier way to do this, and we're going to open those doors naturally for you. Lady luck in winnings and earnings, and, you know, all of that can be coming through. Sudden transformations. Uranus and Taurus, oh my God, it's like if you were inviting that to a party, you're going to go from anything to somebody dancing on a table to somebody asleep in the crowd. And it's just like falling. Yeah, because it's sudden. It's very sudden. So there's going to be something sudden that happens. It can be at a collective level, but definitely inside your twin flame path, it can be sudden revelation, sudden changes, having to shift direction all of a sudden. Inner connectedness, spiritual well-being, universal family, reversed. Are we ready? Disconnect, loss of faith, degeneration of social unit. Now, yes, even though we do have Venus and Cancer, what we're having to look at the moment within the twin flame path, within our own lives personally, is it can be a home-based situation. It can be a family-related dynamic. It might be people not getting on, not feeling as though you're understood or you're on the same page. There's new chapters coming, and universe is trying to show you where that is occurring in your life. But if you have too much attachment, what you're going to do is, how will I explain it? I don't want to change. No, it's too dark. I have attachment, so therefore I'm not going to take a leap of faith with the situation. Even though my wisdom is telling me in a circumstance I'm currently dealing with right now, I'm not happy, but I'm just going to ignore that. And it seems safer here, so I'm just going to ignore my own needs. Has anyone been going through that? Okay, so disconnection and loss of faith, degeneration of social unit. We'll see it at a collective level. Okay, it reminds us that the joy of celebration, particularly on a team or tribal level, where the bonds between us are honoured and embraced. When reversed, we are warned of the threat to the cohesiveness of a group. We must hold hard to what we have worked hard for with our fellows to keep things together. Keep the faith. Now, why is faith coming up? And I can guarantee you, especially because we do look at other videos, I can guarantee you if you go and listen to collective energy, a lot of things that can be coming up is frustration to do with beliefs, religion, values. Why is that? Because the 12th house is there, and Juno is judging our faith-based situations. with you in your side of the path, Divine Feminine. The one channel message that has been coming through, because I've already got the first week of August twin flame videos up, and that's for masculine, feminine, and karmic. You can receive them in the members. They will be open after the weekend, and I'll be getting the next set for the second week of August ready for the members to get their pre-release content. What you're going to find is a lot of us are going to go into this questioning of if we're a twin, okay? And that's because the 12th house, you know, I experienced that before union. We had Chiron and Pisces. I was like, all of a sudden I had removed attachment, and I got to a space where I was saying, I'm not feeling twins energy. This is really strange. I'm very connected, because I would tune out of anything I had attachment to. Anytime I had a need, a want, a desire that was looking outside of myself, I'd put myself in the naughty corner and say, can you do that, YILDIZ? And I would go and achieve it. If I had a judgment, I would look at it and I'd say, okay, am I judging myself for something? Because they're our benchmark of our conditioning. Not necessarily about the other person, but rather how we have been trained from childhood all the way to where we are now. And we are believing that everyone is looking through our lens, but they don't. And that's kind of a tough bit of pill to swallow. During that time, I did detach and come into personal union with myself, and I felt this infinite love. Why am I mentioning this? Because we're in the infinite love with Leo. You could all of a sudden feel really gushy and call your friend and say, oh, I love you so much. I just really appreciate you. You know, you're just going to have this heart activation. You could be looking maybe at your children. You could be looking at, you know, and going down memory lane. You're just wherever you are in your life, you're going to have the yin to the yang. You could be missing loved ones that have passed over. But it's Chiron, the wounded healer in retrograde, and it's your heart chakra ascension. And it does also link to your twin flame path, because you're anchoring the energy in, and it's rippling through the collective. We have had the Schumann resonance spiking up and down pretty much for the last 2 weeks. Haven't checked it today, so keep an eye on it. Usually you find at a collective level, if it's spiked, you've already experienced the peak. You also could be reaching a higher level of ascension. It can make you feel lightheaded. You could feel as though you know, you're just detaching from things and something's not resonating. You could feel almost that you're having a lot of psychic downloads, or you're completely numb. And that is psychologically. Can't concentrate. A lot of headaches were coming through. Again, Leo is sun, so we can be getting tension headaches, but it's coming through either in the third eye or in the crown chakra. So you've got to keep your fluid up because of the Uranian energy at the moment. So a lot of thirst. Sometimes you can be feeling hungry. You're going to be very fussy on your food. You're going to want the fine things in life. You could want holidays, and so it's going to be very social, but you're going to be very busy. You're coming through the gate with this. Let's get into your cards before I ramble on 100 times, and I hope some of that information was useful. But what I did experience was around that time with Chiron in Pisces, I looked at both the 3D and the 5D, and I had to accept the fact that both existed. So I didn't go down the rabbit hole and say, hey, I'm not a twin flame, or am I, aren't I? I just dropped the attachment of having to have a tag. Understood that there is the things that we can't see but we believe in, but more from a personal base experience. So I couldn't argue with it, right? Because I would have psychic downloads. I was psychic since I was pretty much a baby, all the way through. Became very high when I was 9. And then from there on in, you know, discovered, in fact, I was on a twin flame path. And thank God that wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago. So I had no attachment, which was great. So what you guys are going to go through is particularly going into, am I the karmic, am I not? And trust me, even the karmic's doing that. I had to re-record the feminine and the karmic twice, 2 to 3 times, right? And the same message was coming through, feminines, is that both of you are getting confused. You are thinking on the karmic, you're channeling their energy. Tune out, please. Tune out, because it's coming through in my channelings. Yes, okay. Twins don't ask, are they the karmic? We can embody karmic energy. We can become lower frequency. We are human beings. It's possible. It doesn't mean you're the karmic. If you're entering into an acknowledgement of entering into a karmic scenario ship and being karmic-y, It is a karmic test for you and a lesson, not you are a karmic, because we generally get penalized quite a bit when we go in where angels fear to tread, which Giggle and I can contest on. Okay. So there's a lot of stresses. There's all these stresses coming up. You could be feeling anxiousness. You guys you're trying to move away from that, right? All these changes that we've been through, you're kind of going, are we moving into August? Is it going to be any better? Number one is we have to move forward, right? Regardless of what happens in the collective, which I think can be quite big things. I'm going to be perfectly honest, even with Mars in Gemini entering mid-month, and it will later go retrograde, which can be, again, I'll go into a channeled message and put my predictions up. That you're moving forward. You're like, I need to move forward. I don't know why, but you could be picking up on their energy at the moment. Okay, in the heart of it, you've got to be careful. There's this paranoia. There's a feeling that you're going to hear something terrible. There's a feeling you're tuning into the worst case scenario. It's very common. It's very common via the transits, but it's very common in a point of the path. But some of you can actually be saying, okay, with what I'm hearing, with what I'm saying, you could stumble across something on Facebook. You could stumble across something and somebody tells you something that you didn't know. Intuitively, you're feeling something's up in the hood. Something's wrong. You haven't seen everything, right? I'm getting, you could be feeling that you need to be cool, to be kind in a situation. Some of you could be, depending on what you're dealing with, grab a private reading. The context of it could be there's something, a cat coming out of the bag, right? But I feel many of you, it's causing you to feel anxious. It's getting your vibe down. Yeah, value system, questioning, head and heart decisions, getting into ego, feeling as though there's going to be more drama coming. You're actually manifesting it when you do that. You've got to not do that. Yeah, it's saying don't do that because you're manifesting it. Heart is pure. Heart has no attachment. In a manifestation, and you can test this on yourself based on previous circumstances you've had. Think on a situation you were thinking on, right? And you were like, darn, oh my God, this is going to happen, and you keep doing it, right? How many times have you proved that when you think something, you co-create it? And there is your evidence of manifestation. Now, how do you manifest successfully? You don't, okay? You feel it and you trust that you as a human being are energy and you don't need to do anything. But the ego gets involved and it's like, okay, I would need to turn left, put that block there and do X, Y, and Z. No, all you need to do is think of how something could feel, but in its infinite highest octane, and then let it go like it belongs to you. But if you're going down the rabbit hole of my divine masculine would need to leave their karmic, my divine masculine would need to prove to me that they've got their crap together and they're never going to betray me. Anyone can betray you. And if they did, what would you do? You would walk. Or whatever that is for you, you would say, well, okay, if you come towards me with this, that is not about me, that is about you, I will have to go. But it doesn't mean I don't love you, but you're not loving yourself because you're not feeling you can be honest with me. But I'm in honesty with myself. What is honesty with self? Honesty with self is, this is looking after me. This is loving me. I do love you, but if I don't love me, I can't expect you to love me because that's my job. I'm loving me. This is what I feel, in a sense, is going to work best for me. So that's where we're going. So I feel spiritually at the moment, some of you are freaking out. Some of you are like, oh my God, what if it happens this way? What if it happens that way? If it's not within your control on your side of the fence, tune out. They're not a job. And that's my advice as a psychic medium and a twin flame, right? I'm 47 this year and I've been on the journey for over 25 years. And I had the history to look back on and the wisdom connected to astrology. So I literally went back and looked at the astrology on those dates and I went, oh God, is that what I was doing? So don't do that because it's really not going to help you guys, right? If you're freaking out and you're thinking they would need to do this, they would need to do that, All that energy could be poured into your side of the fence. When they come towards you, you can make statement pieces. This is how I think it would look, and this is maybe what would work for me. And I can tell you, you've probably got 100 things you'll say to me in relation to that, but they never negotiate with me. It's not a negotiation. That's your benchmark. That's what I know. What are you going to do about that? It's okay with me. I'm building my cup. I'm filling my cup. I'm doing what I have to do. I still love you, but I'm moving forward. Why, when you move forward, do you get pulled back? Moving forward doesn't mean meeting somebody new. Moving forward means I'm investing in my life. Today I have a sunny day. Today I have a rainy day. Today I'm going to mix with some friends. I'm investing in a business. I'm investing in my career. I'll choose to take myself on a holiday. That is you being present in your life. If you're putting things on hold in your life, that is you not being in your life, because we're holding the torch like the Hermit card in Tarot, leaving the light on. The light is in your heart. You're always in the heart with them. I hope that makes sense. So it's energy mainly. I'm not saying you need to quit something or, that will relate to you or book a personal reading. There's something here of a judgment coming up, okay? But you're trying to get balance. Balance is coming. You're trying to take a balanced approach with it. You do have empathy and understanding. So it's you, particularly some of you, especially if you're like I would call the geriatrics of the journey, you may have been in a predicament that they've been in before. That doesn't mean they're going to handle it the same way as you. So don't feel you need to be something for it. Don't think you need to empathize. Yes, obviously you do, but it's not necessarily something you need to adjust to. Does that make sense? Some of you are marking it against, okay, well, I was in a similar circumstance and my ascension process took X, Y, and Z, so therefore theirs is. And trust me, I was so brutally wrong with that one. It was such a slap in the face that my twin ascended quicker than me. And my ascension path as a divine feminine had a lot of ins and outs, right? And it was quite long and drawn out. But in the ascension pocket, the heaviest of it, I would say it was over 2 years. Theirs actually is quite condensed. So you do get quite scared watching it. And that's like having a rebirth. I mean, anyone who's had a child knows birth point blank is painful. To have a fast birth is even more painful because it's happening quicker, but it's quick. So don't think through your ego that it's going to take 20 odd years. No, okay? That's not what we're looking at here. Okay, some of you at a foundation level either A, are feeling that they're scared of commitment, but it could be you, right? You could be feeling the reason there is a hold up is that they are not ready. That because they're in a karmic relationship, when they get out of it, they may not be ready. Are they in a karmic relationship? Mm-hmm. There are people that do heal within the connection. There are people that live under one roof, and it doesn't have to even be a romantic partnership. There are people that live under the same roof. That relationship was over 3 years ago, but they were trying to be fair and kind and nice. But it ended 3 years ago, okay? Sometimes they may not need as long as you think, but you could be fearing, well, okay, is this person going to come out of a relationship or out of a karmic situational ship and bang, they're coming back and they're not going to be ready? Am I being silly? Am I waiting? Are you waiting? If we were waiting, it's not like we can. I try to use comedy to help show us where our ego sometimes is a bit of a bully and telling us these false fulfilling prophecies. It isn't like you're going to go on OnlyFans and suddenly you're in a relationship and it's all good. Okay, unless we could read that contract and they were actually a romantic partner and we've read it and they've got a police clearance and all the rest of it and they say, I will marry you till death do you part, something really of a falsity. So what would you do? Is there an opportunity in front of you right now as we stand? Is that the pickle? Is there something you want to do, but you feel if you move a situation around, maybe you'll lose that opportunity? You can't lose your twin. You can't lose your twin, I'm telling you. I went interstate. I went out bush. He found me. It's a soul connection, guys. There is a friendship there. It starts off being a love-hate situation, but it's a friendship and you do grow through this. But there's an emotion at the moment that you're thinking, God, maybe I'll just stay single. Some of you could be thinking that. Some of you are feeling that if you heard something, it would release you. You are released. You are present, okay? You're feeling that they can't get their shit together, basically. Right? There is consolidation. There's an old situation that hasn't ended yet. Yes, it could be an elderly relative. It could be an old situation of healing that they're needing to go through. And it's coming back up again. But you're kind of feeling, okay, if they leave, they're just going to go get another karmic. Would you go get another karmic? No! Tell you, these channel energies that have been coming through, Twin and I laugh about this quite a bit. When you have experienced enough of eating crap, you don't want to eat crap no more. Trust me on that one. And so what's the risk? If you've had light and that is you as a twin, you've been that in their life. And even in the most adverse circumstances, you've tried to be the most adult person. Yeah. Why, if they've had light, why do they have to have the polarity? Why do they have to have the example fact of the extremes? Is the art of appreciation. I'll love you and like you, and I will let you go. I'll try to do that in the most effective way. So desperately don't want this to happen. You end up doing your healing solo. Why does that have to happen? Because even if they did come back, would you forgive? No, because the forgiveness and the healing comes from you. So it's not that we wouldn't love to have an apology, but there's probably hundreds of opportunities that maybe we weren't even privy to knowing about, that we've hurt people and we didn't know that maybe they needed that closure. But that will come through with our friendship groups. I do remember when I broke up with my soulmate, because of what happened in my twin flame partnership, and I didn't know I was a twin back then, is that to honor that human being, committed to answering every question necessary. Okay? So to have the respect to the connection, to honor any of that person's questions, feelings, needs, so that they had closure as an individual, because that was something that I learned in a lesson and my twin taught that to me. But I also to create a safe space that when you're talking to either a friend, a family member, or anyone that we're leaving or moving away from, it's not personal. It's because we change. And, we would all love to stay the bloody same, but we do change. That doesn't mean to say that those times, be it they were good or bad, aren't relevant. They're part of your life. So there's this comprehension at the moment that something's changing. Some of you could be having these wonderful experiences where you really empathize and understand because you've been there before. And that could be making you feel that theirs is going to take a bit of time. There's at a level, some of you could be thinking, okay, well, maybe it was just a psychic connection. We are all interconnected. But I do feel you're going to get the PDF that something's going down on their side. Some of you are scared that crap's going to go down. Okay? And yes, let's just be honest. Depending on the situation within your twin flame path and what is happening over here, yes, in order to get from A to B, crap could go down. It could, right? If they're in a karmic relationship and the karmic knows who you are, yeah, they could show up at your door. They could stalk you via text message. Happened 100 times to me. Yeah, no? Thrill. Okay, masculine. Where's masculine at? Della, are you loco? Do you think I'm going back to that? There could be a contractual situation at the moment that they're trying to tie up and move away from. For some, this is a divorce. For some, this is a financial entanglement. It's moved to the past, which is good. Look at this. The water turned off this morning again. They're doing works down the road. So you got me the way I am. I'm like, are you serious? Got to wait till 10 for that. So there's some sort of karmic contract. This could have been a financial situation. This might have been, the sharing funds with the karmic. There's something there that was toxic. Now, some are relating to a previous relationship, and it might not be the current karmic they're in, right? I'm going to pull a clarify. At the moment, they feel quite lost because we tend to take these roles on. And I remember having this experience one day, having this revelation. And I didn't know I was having empathy for the karmic. I had no idea. And why? Is that we can relate to people. We trauma bond. We understand. Right? So I feel it was due to the fact that I'd been a single parent, and I know how bloody hard that is. You are being a masculine. You are being a feminine. Whoever you are, be it you're a man or a woman and you're a single parent, it's a bloody hard job. And you're trying to do the best, right? So I had this revelation one day that I was actually having compassion and could understand the reason why that karmic contract maybe would continue. But they're not reasons to stay in karmic relationships, okay? Definitely not. Okay. I mean, they know they want to be happy. They know that this isn't happiness. That's the complexity. It's like, okay, I don't feel happy. Why am I here? I know I can be happy. So what's the hold up? A, it could be somebody is unwell. B, it could be that in this karmic contract, there's a financial entanglement they're cutting out. Maybe they're having to live together. Maybe the person is unwell and they're looking after them, but they're not happy. Now, it's hurting them now because they know they don't want to hurt anyone. They would never want to. And the funny thing is that what's crossing it is the guilt, right? And this person might have already separated because potentially, especially with this card here of entanglement to the past, some of them might have already separated, right? And they're just coming to terms with it. They're like, oh, shit, that was crap, right? Nobody wants to hurt anyone intentionally. We generally don't. Not unless you're a narcissist, but we generally don't, right? And it's such a taboo subject for a person to leave a relationship and have happiness, but you have social responsibilities, Aquarius. And it's like, so does that mean I have to live with loss and doubt? No. Second guessing yourself, feeling crap. This person does love you, right? They do. They want to be playful. They kind of feel it's dishonoring if they aren't doing that with you while they're in a karmic relationship. They're feeling that guilt, but they're definitely not happy. They know that, and that's the problem. At a foundation, they're making a decision. And I think it's because of all this left, right, left, right. They know they want the connection. They know where they're currently standing. They're not happy. There is something they're moving away from. And I'm feeling like, I'm going to pull a chakra card. For some, it can be a home or family. We got the family, right? In the ruin cast. An unhappy, unhealthy situation. So they're coming to terms with that they're healing. These cards are falling on the floor. Maybe we don't use them. No, we'll use them. I'll tell you, too many. Not many, if any. How are we doing anyway? We're ever so quiet in the house. Yeah, losing faith. See, it's conditioning. It's values. It's marriage. It's religion. It's like, oh, I'm a bad person. No, you have needs. And chapters change. Okay? Seasons come and go. There's somebody being left out in the cold. There's guilt associated to it. They know they have to do that in order to offer you that. They know that this situation needs to end before they can start. Does that make sense? And I feel it's coming to a head. We're having a conjunction on the first day of the month. And this is like, I want to be able to offer this. And I know, I want a partnership, but I want to have it balanced. So what's the crux of this? What's the issue? What is the issue as a third party situation and feeling cheated out of happiness? What's crossing it? Recovery, exhaustion, all right? Fighting for something that's already over, all right? Fighting for something that's already over. It's like they accept the fact that they chose the road. Something is ending in their life. It's painful. It can be with faith in reverse. You know, somebody is maybe a situation to do with the marriage, or a contract is over, maybe something to do with a parent figure, you know, is coming to an end. And a family, remember, because we do have the ruin cast, so there's degeneration in a situation that is going. And feminines, this can be in our lives too. You'll probably find for you, this is coming up in your career. You're having to rewire it, you're having to rework it. It could be a residential situation that you're currently dealing with. You're having to put energy into it, your resources and money, you know, starting new contracts, so to speak. But for divine masculine, they know what's crossing it. You know what's crossing it. So I kind of feel some of you are like, if you haven't entered that, please like finish that and then come towards me. Some of you are feeling, and it's funny, the one message that did come through was both parties are thinking that the other parties have moved on. There's paranoia here. Foundation. Lots of crap going on. You know, I had a wonderful kind of conversation with the spiritual healer on YouTube. And they're quite up there. And it was like, maybe we're not ready. And I was like, yeah, we're always ready. We are always ready. Don't think you have to have all your ducks in a row and everything needs to be perfect. Think about a relationship, a deep friendship you got. Is it perfect all the time? Do you have arguments? They're the best friendships. I can have an argument with you, but you know we'll always work on this. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right? Both of you are thinking the same thing. There is this, who's going to call first? I do feel some of you are getting communication. The crowning energy is Mercury, so there is communication coming in. It might be something you're not willing to hear. It might be the person coming in scattered and stressed and they're not quite themselves and you're like, what the hell is going on with you? Although this is upright, so I do feel it's to do with a masculine or your masculine area of life, because this is the joint energy. Feminine does have a good nose, though. She will know. She will know. What's this tower? Oh, I think the tower is going to be pretty good, actually, for feminine. Be something that's happiness. But you have to also accept what you're wanting. There's a new beginning. Okay. In the masculine's life, in order to have a connection, there is an ending and the death of a situation. All right. Okay, there's a transformation happening as we speak. So why is there no movement or commitment is because at a foundation level, both of you were going through a change. I don't think it's going to be very long. I'd actually say with the Mercury card coming through, anywhere from now, you're going to have movement and communication. I really do feel such, especially because Jupiter just moved retrograde. Now, remember, on the 28th at station, it's a little bit like a deer in the woods. I'm ready? No, I'm not. What do I do? Where was I going? Masculines are going to feel very foggy. They're going to feel very tired for a couple of days. It won't hit us till mid-month though, right? Mars moving into Gemini, get things done. Get your ducks in a row. Get things done. As for love, I do feel communication. I'll pull one last card. And I will be happy for whoever wants a super chat to have such. I may open up sections of the calendar for next week. I've got a little bit to do for mid-month content. I'm then moving. And I'll reopen the calendar back up. But 90% of it is closed down because I have to reconnect the internet. And the content will still be coming to you because it'll be pre-recorded for the Twin Flame Path, but you'll be able to access it via the membership on YouTube ahead of all the schedule, and you get it at the beginning of each week. Masculine, feminine, karmic. Let's get that. We'll use this deck. So funny, the tree family. Oh. Some of you can be moving home. Yeah, Uranus and Taurus will cause changes when it does. Look, it can be electric storms, it can be power outages, it might be, you have to be careful with flames and fire at the moment, speeding. You need to think smart. Don't leave a cigarette in an ashtray. Don't leave a hairdryer near the bath. Right? You're going to want nice food. You're going to be fussy with your food. Yeah, the ascension's actually been coming from that. I don't necessarily think it's been the hate. Hi, Kerry. I didn't even know you were in the house, Star. How you doing, sweet? So, oh, God. Okay, so for the collective energy, before I get into the super chats, we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on the past. For life is too precious to waste. It needs sun. Thank you, Leo. We love you. You create your reality, but what you think and dream and imagine will count and you'll manifest it. Look at the yellow. The yellow is to do with co-creation, and you want the star in Tarot. You need to do it from a place of co-creativity and heart. Not ego, not third eye, right? Because it's family and tribe. Yellow is family and tribe and creativity. Solar plexus need to be balanced moving into the first week of August. A lot of you also be cautious of pacifiers because your nervous system will be wrecked. Let's have a look at Kerry's. Hi, Kerry. How are you, my lovely? I surely can give you an update. Have you been getting headaches yet, Kerry? Hey? Yeah, we do need to keep our fluid up, definitely. Really well. Flat out. I have been fine. My daughter's moved back to Perth. Packing for the move. Got the star signs up. I've got the first 6 star signs up for the month of August, and I've got 6 to do today. It's so peaceful there. Bush always is peaceful. Okay. Oh, what are you doing, girl? You look like you got a partnership in the mix here, doll. Which kind of does make sense. Look, you're hustling. You're getting everything done. You're getting your ducks in a row. You could be advancing your career, but this also can be a partnership. You might be thinking, well, maybe I'll just be open, okay? Maybe I'll just be open to a partnership. I'm going to pull a card to check. I want to clarify. You're going to have some gossip. You could particularly be feeling, look, I do want a connection with them, all right? I'm open to a partnership. But you're directly thinking it's with that one person, right? Now, there could be some gossip coming to you where you stumble across it. It could be through a friend that they give it to you. It may be through this. Yeah, it's something, right? So there's some sort of gossip coming through. I want to know what this partnership is. I'm going to pull a clarifier on it. I do feel this can be like more work, but I do feel it's love. I feel it's the person in question, okay? So I do feel the person you're in love with, it's nobody else, right? It is actually this person that's coming through, especially because of where the moon is, Leo. Okay, there's some gossip coming from the past. You're going to hear something and it's going to help you put pieces of the puzzle together. It could be to do with a karmic or the mother of the children. I'm speaking cryptically. And you particularly could be seeing this person as well, right? But there is something in the mix that you're going to hear. I actually think you're going to be happy with what you hear. I don't think it's going to be bad. You might be amused, let me put it that way. But it could be something to do with a conflict. You might even get the mother contacting you. And I have had stranger things happen, okay? Even though you might not have been on the same page, this mother may contact you. They may be in the mix of saying, Jesus, take the wheel. Why couldn't you have been the karmic? Yeah, there's somebody contacting you, Dale. This also can be, I do feel a soul friend of yours is going to give you a reading. And I think they're going to give you a channel message, and I think it can be quite positive. So stay tuned for that one, because I think overall it's going to be some interesting news. But there does seem to be some gossip, but I think it's like I don't know why I get this vibe that you're going to laugh, whatever it is. You're like, heh, heh, heh. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a sadistic laugh of, thank you for that. I don't know why. You can tell me later when we have our bookings. You can tell me how it plays out. But there's something here in a sense of gossip. And the crowning energy for the Twin Flame Collective this week was gossip. Oh, heck. What is that gossip going to be? Hi, Giggle. Is Eddie in the house today? I wonder if Eddie's in the house. Eddie, if you're in the house, say hello, my friend. I've got to tell you, Eddie, Eddie has been popping up in my mind. I mentioned it to Giggle the other day, and he's been popping up in my mind. And Eddie, we need to talk. I've been getting some channeled messages for you, my friend. We need to talk. Eddie is the one that hides behind the scenes. I usually know he's there. I usually find him on Instagram. Oh, Giggle. Yeah. I don't know why I'm laughing. I feel it's funny. I just feel there's something funny here. Thank you, Lois. I appreciate that. Okay, you've got the star card, girl. You got the star card. You're like, look, I want my hopes and dreams and aspirations. You're not bringing anything less. Take the next left. Thank you. Somebody from the past is coming back. It's going to be a small offer. It's going to be a gesture of love. It's a fresh start. Could they be coming in meek like, please, sir, can I have some more? Yeah, more than likely. Which wouldn't you? Think about it. Where's the card? When you get, where is she? This is Giggle, right? This is Giggle in the house. It's like, look. No, I'm not the high priestess, right? No, we're not thinking that right now. Where is she? I know she's in here. Brains mush. Channeled messages. When you get the Queen of Swords, would you not be like, please, sir, can I have some more? When you have standards, right, and you have your crap together. Yes, a person is going to be coming in, not necessarily with an expectation of, look, if you've been crumbing me, I can't, right? So the way it's coming through you, honestly, you're sort of looking at your life. You know infinitely you're going to have your happy ending, right? But you're also willing to make the sacrifice and to be able to stand where you are. You're like, look, ripen that apple, Adam, right? When it's ripe, sweet. That's fine. I know I won't be single forever. I know I will be in a partnership. I know I will have from you, right? But if you come forward and you're giving an offer, as long as it's not crumbing, I won't do anything silly that's going to hurt me, because then I am my own karmic, right? I feel in your mind you're kind of thinking, you can feel you're going to get contact, but you also feel that if you were to get contact and this person was crumbing you or spinning yarn, you'd be like, that would not go in that person's favor, not yours. I don't feel you're in any danger whatsoever. I do feel this person is going to keep coming back. But I just feel where you're standing is you're playing for keeps. You're like, I'm playing for keeps. This is not a negotiation. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't feel you're coming through like it's a negotiation. It's a no deal. It's yes or no, not maybe so. Is the person not a problem anymore? Is this person not a problem? You're just going to keep saying it. You know you're going to get it, right? You know you are going to get your star. You know if it's playful and it's, you want it? No. You're going to be like, no, that's not going to help me. No. But you know you are getting your star. You're playing your cards right. This is how it's coming through. You're playing your cards right. That is what is going to get you your star. Not from being angry or fighting or lowering guard and going back. No, it's I know what I want. I'm not going to think that another person is going to fix that because they're not. I've got my eye on the goal. In this instance, my goal is my happiness and potentially my twin flame. So, have I, in my life experience, found that anyone, and that will be for you to look at, have you found, has anyone filled that cup? No. But what I do see is you having a realization that you're in a better position than you thought, but I do think you're going to get communication. But I think it's going to be a candid conversation in the mix about how you think this should go. But I do feel, I'll pull a clarifier, I'm pretty sure this is communication. It's communication. About what we might get deeper context. Yeah, it's communication. You're not seeing them. It's over the phone, and then you're going to see. You're like, I'm not seeing you because I know how this goes. You can talk to me. Then we can see each other. But it could be asking if they could come over. I hope that makes sense. I'll put Stella back up on the screen. I think it's Stella next. Did that help giggle? It helped me. That was enjoyable. That was funny. It was like, you know you want me, you know you need me. I've got to keep an eye on the time frame. But yeah, I just get, you're like, look, listen, Linda. Look at this. I feel like it's like Captain Hook. It's not my fault. They turned the water off. Down the road with mains. Hi, Stella. Hey, Stella. I'll tell you something. I'm getting that you feel a little bit like a rat in the cage at this point. You feel, yeah. You feel like you are a rat in a cage. You are not completely, like, you're dealing with life, but it's nothing yummy. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like everything just feels like cardboard. Everything feels like it's eat, pray, repeat. You're ready to go on holiday. You're ready to go do something. You're ready to have a bit of life. You're ready, right? It's so much easier, isn't it, Giggle? Yes, and in order to be part of it, I went back into YouTube, so it's subscribers only. Have to be subscribed for 5 minutes. Oh, and you get live streams every week, so, you know, it's worth it. Honey, you got some heavy energy here. Number one, this would be my tip. You're feeling emotional at the moment. Some of you you really want to go. You want to go now. You're ready right now. I feel it's almost like in your heart, you're having all these memories, these flashbacks, these feelings, but you're actually realizing you've changed. And that's, I don't think that's scaring you, but it's helping you realize you've actually changed. But I don't think this is to do with your twin. I actually feel it's to do with you have changed now, and that's kind of frightening you. It's like, oh crap, I've actually changed. I didn't think I'd get here. You're happy with everyone around you, but it's more a friendship energy. Does that make sense? It's like all the people around you, you love them very dearly, but it's very different. Yeah. So I feel you're in need of a holiday, but I also feel you feel unfulfilled and bored. Does that, but it's, you know, do you get what I'm saying, Stella? It's a little bit like something just isn't resonating with you at the moment. It could be a working environment. It might be a direct home environment that needs maybe smudging and clearing. Your aura feels a bit like, you know, you could feel hot and bothered. Do you get what I'm saying? But you want twin, right? You want twin. So if you know, the song that comes to mind, which I absolutely love, is you've outgrown your current situationship completely. And I think that is where it's almost numbing it to show you it's done. A chapter in your life where you are, it's done. Could it be recharged? Maybe. But is it going to be this person? Well, if you recharge where you are, no, it won't be. But it's like you still have deep emotions for this person. I feel that you can feel a change coming in. It could frighten you a little bit, but you could feel numb, you know, numb to what you are living right now, like it doesn't relate to you. My throat chakra just went. What is the outcome of that? Because look, you're just like, okay, crap, if I go, am I going to be in trouble? There's all this crap. You could be looking at your social responsibility. This is my role in society. This is what I have to be. But you still have the connection, right? You might have said for a very long time the only reason why you have your connection to your twin is because it's chemistry, but it's so much more than that. It's a spiritual connection. Obviously, you have chemistry for this person. But at the same time, there could be shadow work coming up. But I just feel it's almost like you don't exist there anymore, where you are. Does that make sense, Stella? Please tell me I'm making sense. You feel like a Martian on an alien planet. Yeah, you feel like you have to make a choice. You know? It's funny because before, no, it's you. It's not him, it's you. You both have choices to make. You know, you both do. You're both in exactly the same predicament. But because the energy is coming over on your side of the fence, it's an acknowledgement that you, initially, how you used to look at your situation. I'm speaking code because I love keeping people's privacy. You felt that was your role in life, where you were at. Now, you were very strict with that inside your life, but it feels really different now, Stella. It feels almost like you're numb to that belief now because everything's fine. Do you get what I'm saying? And so now you're kind of saying, but I'm not. So yes, this person, you are joint energy. So generally when we go through an ascension process, we're doing it simultaneously. Okay? So both of you relating to home vibration family have a choice to make. And that's why it's coming up, right? That's what's happening. So sit with it for a bit. See how you feel to do with your circumstances at the moment. See what's coming up for you. And then you will have your answer, my love. We all do reach our answer. Cha, what's going on, Cha? Have you done your hair? I hope that helps, Stella. And good old Juno. I mean, you know, Stella, you're a Libra. All right. We already have all that energy in our love life in retrograde. We've got Chiron, the wounded healer, in retrograde in our love life. We've got Jupiter stationed on the 28th. That's to do with movement, everything moving too quickly. Now it's going to slow down enough to see what's hot and what's not. What, giggle, what's hot and what's not in love? And Juno's love too. And that's how it impacts our health. Are we bored? Are we stuck in a routine? Do we need to, you know, go do something adventurous, shake it up again, get that Libra back? You know, eat, pray, repeat. That's so it's not Libra. We make it look like that, but it's not. That's okay, Stella. It's happening for a reason. Trust me, it is happening for a reason. Now, Char, how are you doing? Oh my God, people are irritating you, Char. What's going on here, girl? Are you feeling claustrophobic, Char? You got personal boundaries in reverse. Are you unmotivated? I don't feel that's you. I just feel somebody's getting up in your personal space. Is it your ascension or is it a physical energy? Are people irritating you? Could be your kids. Your vibe feels good. You do feel as though, you still feel good, Char. You feel as though you feel very positive. I have no idea what hot in the streets, right? Hey, your daughter told you, giggle. Have you ever... Is she listening right now? In dream space, a bit in reality. Look, I feel your vibe is high. Your vibe is still high. You're maintaining that. I mean, I'm proud of you. You are literally maintaining that to the point where, I don't know, I get this vibe people are going to be deeply attracted to you this month. You're going to really watch out. I feel this. Yeah, you do have, it's almost like the art of appreciation. I don't know, it's coming through the ethers that your twin is actually, it's more, you might have a bit of a chuckle during the week. It could be that you're thinking, well, why would you not want to be with me? It just feels like a little bit of a chuckle that you're looking at this person thinking, hey, I absolutely, this happened without notice. You didn't really close that door. Of course you're going to think about me because you didn't even close the door. You're feeling that this person will learn. I don't know. We have to do an in the dark tarot in August, I feel, because a lot of that's coming through at the moment. It's coming through. You find it amusing. Look, you physically feel as though even if this person is married or whatever, they went into it with false pretenses. In the past, maybe if you felt they were going to remain in Gemini. You're Gemini, yeah? Virgo? Is it Virgo or Gemini? I can't remember now. Char, do you want to tell him what star sign you are, my darling? Char does have a very scorpionic energy at the moment. That's what I was going to say. Because how do you say it, on YouTube without getting in trouble? There is this dominatrix energy. I'll just come out and say, I'm a very open person. Mostly Gem. I'll have to do your chart for you, doll. You are coming through, I would agree, like Ben's saying, because lately, I think it's more to do with the fact that where we have the astrology, where Scorpio is that confidence. It's like letting some of that inhibition go, opening up and being more transparent. And it's Venus at the moment, right? Because we've got Uranus and Taurus, which is a feminine energy. It's Venus. It's changing your style. It can be confidence and self-esteem changing. Mars will be moving into Gemini, so you're going to be active. I just feel there's a very vivacious energy with you coming through the channel messages, and it's been like this, I would say, for about 2 to 3 months now. But you're maintaining it, which is interesting from a psychic point of view. Of usually when we're going through an ascension path, we kind of go up and down, we dip, but you're actually maintaining this. So I think you're in real good alignment at the moment, and you should be really super proud of yourself. This person is thinking about you quite a bit. They're stuck. They could be looking at you on social media. They're checking if you're in a relationship. They're thinking about lowering their guard. They definitely regret kind of walking away from this. They do know that it's almost like, why didn't I just stay with her? It would have been fine by now. I do think this person's actually thinking about you a lot, and there is regret. Leo Moon, I'm telling you. Okay, I would say more than likely you are going to hear something or feel it. You'll know. We always do. We don't directly need technology. It hits us and you know. I think there's something going down on their side of the fence. Yeah, again, similar thing to Divine Masculines read. They've got issues with money. There's doubts, but of course this person at a foundation level is directly looking at you. Your internet's lagging. Uranus and Taurus is the internet. We're having conjunctions. So I hope that helps, Char. You have a guilty masculine. Oh, I wouldn't say guilty. That's judgmental. It's more, I think it's the art of appreciation. Like, gosh, you know, I do miss this person. I do wish that I was with them. But there's something going down in your twin's life at the moment that isn't looking so pleasurous, but they are thinking about you. Hi, Ben. How you been? I'm really feeling it right now. Do you have Sag in your chart? It's hard in the physical. It is very exhausting. Honestly, it's very exhausting. Yeah, it has been very exhausting. What is coming up in your life at the moment? You know, look, you have so much love and light, man, honestly. You have so much love and light that you are positive for people around you. It makes sense, man. You've got Pisces in your chart. You know, Neptune's retrograde, right? So it can feel like an identity crisis. Aries in Chiron is retrograde. And we're having a full moon next month in Aquarius. So it's all first housey energy. Does that make sense? So for you personally, what happens in a first house placement? Yes, 100%. But what you're going to find is you could be all of a sudden feeling these odd feelings because Pisces are very spiritual. They're very psychic. But at the moment, we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces. We have Juno, the marriage asteroid, retrograde in Pisces. You might be looking at your life and feeling as though you're going in a completely different direction. It could be very scary. That's okay, Char. It could be very scary. You could feel like you're actually acknowledging some of the things that you felt you had to be for people that you don't have to. Does that make sense? Cinnamon bark oil is helping. So, and again, it's you're going to get foggy. So I would definitely do aura upgrades. I would drink a lot of fluid. Do more the holistic side of things, but you're going to need a lot more rest, especially, you know, as Jupiter stations. It's all crown chakra going on at the moment. So for you, you're going to feel foggy. You're going to feel very... I still feel you. I don't necessarily feel you're as high vibe as you were last week. Does that make sense? Are you getting headaches? You're trying to be rational and logical. Yeah, you need... Okay, so Pisces is the crown chakra, right? And the transits happening at the moment are really happening in the 12th house. So you need to... You could use amethyst, tourmaline, and onyx. I would drink more fluid. Great time to charge water would be at this moon because it's going to give you strength and vitality. But the fogginess is coming through a blockage in your third eye, right? So you can be getting headaches. The moon is in an energy of sun, which is the third eye. Clear that and the crown. So the only way really you can clear the crown is by doing guided meditation at that hurts, but drinking fluid. You can use amethyst to aid it. But if you're getting too many downloads, you will feel your third eye will get blocked and you'll get foggy and tired. And it's because we're purging an ego. So it's naturally, it's like an ascension process. So for you, spiritually, because you're purging an attachment of a belief and part of maybe your gift that you used to have, it's an upgrade. So it can feel quite distorted when it's happening, but you just have to move through it, okay? They're coming because you're ready for it, but it's also, it's a concentration of it. And you can see how much I've been frowning. The third eye has been so active that it's coming through in the crown chakra that you have to flush people's energy. And you've got to be really to the point at the moment of choosing who you allow into your aura. So that doesn't even have to be that they're in the same room. It's like, who is nagging at me? Who is pulling on my third eye? Who am I tuning into? What do I need to tune out of right now? Because your head is going to effectively blow up. So you're learning how to flash of when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And you actually can turn it off, but you're not allowing it. So you can tap the third eye, right? And you can massage it. And you can do breathing exercises. Close your eyes and listen to the environment of where you are, not what is coming through. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, look, you'll have anything from audio and sensory to come up to it's switching, but it'll change. And then you'll have sentient, where it can be smelling. I mean, you know, they do talk in layman's terms as spiritual gifts. A person will either have one gift or another, and that has not happened to me. It's just continued to upgrade. But that's because I have been self-taught, but also met people to help me deal with my psychic gifts, to be able to help me actually manage that. And because I've worked on it, it continues to grow. Distant cars. Yeah, audio I did get, and that started for me. Visually, I would usually hear what the person was saying in my head anyway, but then it turned to physical audio, and that happened in 2018, 19. Yeah, and it was weird. I literally heard a fire going on down the road, and it was like fire engines. I could hear that, and I put my head down on the pillow. It happened again, and I was like, what is this? And then, yeah, 24 hours later, there was a house burnt down the road. But I heard it days before. And I was like, why is this happening? But it was to show me and to tell me, to give me a PDF that my gift was upgrading. Okay. So what do you have here? You're worried about kids, right? You are the rational. Okay, Ben, dull. You're the feminine and the masculine in your life. You're the rational. You're the rock of everyone. Okay. Everyone loves you. Everyone comes to you. You need to detox at times. You need to breathe in and breathe out and take a spiritual day for self, right? You always see the best in everyone. Even when crap goes down, you always see the best in everyone. You know who you can and can't trust, but you see through it. Who do you have around you at the moment that you're a bit worried about? Why are you guilty and shitty at yourself? You don't know, nobody, you know the crazy thing, Ben? For a while there, going through my ascension path, I had this revelation. I absolutely laughed at myself, and I said, who the hell bloody asked me to be everything to everyone? Nobody expects that of you. It's us expecting that of us. Look, up 2 days now, I've woken up shitty. But it's tension points, right? It's, you know, I've transferred the energy over to, you know, a different address and they've mucked it up. My internet transferred that. They've double dipped. It's Uranus and Taurus's internet, okay? So, and it's our nervous system. So it's silly little things. And I was like, for God's sakes, now I've got to go bloody do that. So yeah, it's natural to feel ratty. The sun in Leo is go, go, go. And then you're going backwards and then you're going forwards. But it won't remain that way. It's never the right steps, and then the pain continues. In what context? You're talking cryptic here. So where the problem is where the solution is. Oh, there's whenever you want to do what you want to do. Yeah, look, there is accountability with being spiritual. But, you know, for a while there, we will feel that usually it's because we're old souls and we didn't have to come back. But we came back. We came back for a particular reason. So you have a purpose. And it sucks. You know, it might be in order to kind of shake that energy off is to do something that's a little bit lighthearted, that is a little bit rebellious, but it's still keeping you in your safes. Because we need to let energy out. Sometimes we do need to let our hair down. We don't have to be perfect, but it can literally feel that way. I have to be perfect or I'm going to be cursed. Because we do get a strain of very bad luck when we go out of alignment and do something wrong. Yet other Joe Blob will be able to do it and they get away with bloody murder. And you're kind of thinking, how is that? Why? Because you are teaching, you're leading by example. And so it's not to say they won't get, you can't get drunk at the moment, Ben. You've got Pisces in your chart. It's not going to work for you. This is a time to completely avoid it. With Pisces in your chart, you need to avoid that from here to, I would say, easy the first 2 weeks, and point blank because Neptune's retrograde. So your nervous system, it's pacifies. You have to visually see wounds. You can't avoid them, right? That's what it's going to force you to do. So Pisces at the moment, A is psychic, B is being able to not avoid anything. So if you find you're doing everything for everyone, universe is going to put you in the naughty corner so you can't avoid yourself, so that you can hear what you need to hear, that you can listen to you. We're always great mediums, but universe even teaches me at times, it puts me in the naughty corner. It's like, you've had too much focus on everyone else. You need to do some work. And then I get put in the naughty corner. Okay. Oh, well, I will be doing education content, Vanessa. So does that help, Ben? I hope I've given you some context. But there's some pickle here, Dale, right? Somebody is attracted to you. Somebody is attracted to you apart from your partner. I'm just saying. There could be some advances to you or something. I don't know. There appears to be somebody here in the mix that does have feelings for you, and they're not your partner. Okay? And you feel like you're pulled between 2 places, or you might not be even initiating anything, but there is somebody here that is having very deep feelings for you, but you feel pulled in 2 directions. That is what's coming through. And as for your spiritual thing, I hope a bit of that coaching has helped you in some context. Feel free to come and book a reading. You can have ripe old yarn. Yes, single, Vanessa, 3 butterfly. Are you, darling? It was good to talk to you again, Ben. Always enjoy your presence. Don't stress about your kid. It's going to be fine. That's one message they said to me. Wallace. Cool. Thanks, Giggle. Yeah, I did take a while, didn't I? I go down the rabbit hole with talking these days. I'll just mark it down in my calendar and there'll be content that I'll make, which is really handy because when these subjects come up, they are things that I do have education on and I can share to the collective. Lois, what's going on here? Have you been moody? There's a bit of moodiness here, sweet. Somebody's irritating you. What's irritating you? Have you been a bit more strict and on point? Somebody's wanting to go really fast with you, Lois. This is causing anxiousness. Are you feeling a little bit? I feel your twins coming in. I feel your twin can sense it that you're moving forward and they're getting a bit funky with it. This person's pursuing you like no tomorrow. What are you going to do? Like you're like, what if twin comes back as an emperor? That's what they're planning in your head. Told you I'm going to break them now. You're feeling, you're like, can you slow down? You know, it's like that. Slow down. You're like, am I ready? Or is it that you're not over twin? Sometimes it can bring sadness if somebody has treated us particularly grand, right? And we had pinned our hopes and waited and gone through, hell and back and really hoped that we would get the metaphorical ice cream at the end of that, which is a celebration, a gift, a dowry. I don't know, Lois. I think they want a whole lot more. They're saying that it's not looking like it in your card stuff. They are going to move very quickly. They're not coming through as they're coming through as an emperor. And it's an eye. That's your call. But they're going fast. This is going to cause anxiousness for you. Your twin is tuning into you, all right? This person, Lois, you know what's coming through? Your twin is coming through, yes, but this other person is coming through. And they're wanting more than what you think. They are very attracted to you. They want more, okay? They may change up on you, but you're trying to take things slower. They're trying to go faster. Let's see. Is this person more serious? I'm seeing it. They're hiding it from you, right? They're hiding it from you. They want you to know that you're worth it. Oh, that's... Yeah, well, there's a person here. There's a person here that is really keen. You're like, I just like everything in moderation. Everything's getting a bit mixed up here. How do I explain it? What do you want to know in context of this? Where it comes to your twin, yes, they're picking up on it. I'll pull a card for your twin. There's a money situation going on with your twin. They're quite stubborn with that. I don't know what's coming up, but there's something to do with the monetary situation that's closing. So at the moment, they're playing their cards right. It may come through off the moon. Something could be changing with that at the moment on their side of the fence. It might be a sale of an asset, or it could be a new job. It feels large though. It doesn't feel small. Twin has his house up for sale. Yeah, it feels it's something to do with money and wealth, right? But he's trying to make sure he can get something. He's guarded. Yeah, it's mentioning the alignment of the astrology, like between Jupiter going retrograde and this transition of wealth. It feels that's changing. But in the meantime, where you are, twin is sensing it, but at the same time, you're having love opportunities coming in. But there's one person here, Lois, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. They feel very tactical. They feel they're coming through as an emperor, but it feels a little bit manipulative. Now, nobody can manipulate us who we don't give permission to, honestly. If our eyes are open, I see you. You've got to be careful, because this person actually wants so much more than you're willing to give. So much more. But they are coming through as an emperor, but the crowning energy cards kind of look a little bit tactical. This person could be a bit manipulative. You've got to be careful. I hope that helps. But as to the sale, I think you'll probably see it on the internet that it's sold. It's showing it's happening. Anywhere from the new moon onwards. You have to tell me how it goes, Lois. I have a chat to you in the Members Hub. Those of you that don't know, we do have a Members Hub online. And inside the second level, we have a standard chat room. The top level has video, talk, and text, and we communicate with each other in there. Sometimes they actually get the notifications about YouTube quicker in there than here. I do have notifications via the website to remind you. What is DM thinking about me? Most of the ghosting at the moment is going to come through due to, was that around April? When did this happen? When did the ghosting happen, Warrior Woman? I think we talked about this the other day. I'll pull the cards and we'll see what's coming up. After he came to visit you. I don't know when that is. I have too many dates in my head. Okay, so I don't know in the context of what the conversation was about again, because I always take it from now, not then, right? But what is being shown to me at this point in time is there was something to do with growth and expansion, right? Three weeks ago. Okay. So there is, I don't know, there's some sort of a transition relating to career here, doll. This person is trying to do things gradually and gently. This person is, I don't know why, it's something to do with the transition with career at the moment. That's what I'm saying. They are thinking about reconnecting. They do feel that there is logic in the context of what needs to happen. They're feeling they need to free themselves from a circumstance. They're kind of taking a role on at the moment. Does that make sense? But there's a transition with job. If there was a third party or is, again, it's like playing a role at the moment, but transition of career. I feel once this transition happens, then they'll maybe be more ready than they currently are right now. But they feel that they're needing to let some emotions go. They did take some things personal. I don't know what they mean by the conversation in layman's terms of this. Was there something spoken about, warrior woman, that is to do with this relationship and what would work? Did you, in layman's terms, have a conversation about what would work? Because they are thinking about this to the core. They kind of grasped what you were saying. Their intent is to be with you. At a foundation, they're thinking about you, but they feel in order for that to work, something needs to go. Does that make sense? Let's pull a clarifier on this one. They're stuck in their heads about a circumstance, though. They do take things personal. I'll just say that. They get over it, though. Yeah, they feel they need to leave a situation behind so they can be with you. We didn't speak about us at all. He blocks that. Yeah, well, he knows that conversation more than likely is like, he knows he wants you, but he's in a karmic relationship, so you're friend zoned until he's single, right? That's what he feels he needs to do. He's like, I need to actually address the issue at hand. I feel he's not completely in this relationship, if that makes sense. Well, what do I mean by that? Sometimes you can be there and it's like, I know I need to let this go, but you're just mainly kind of eating together. Do you know what I mean? It feels quite ho-hum, but he does honestly feel he needs to make a logical decision in order to be in a relationship with you. He would need to physically leave that, or else it's almost like in and out, and it's not going to fill his cup. Yeah. So that's changed. That's realistic. But it's some sense of an attitude he's taken on, that he's been selling himself short, and he feels he does need to, be himself, but he is quite stuck psychologically where it comes to not stuck, I would say, accepting the fact that he needs to let this connection go that he's currently in order to have that happy new beginning. So he's kind of protecting you. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's a positive thing. I hope that helps, my love. But he is thinking about you. It's in the foundation and the heart. So that's nice. Are we up? Have we done them all? I think we have. Okay. Thanks for joining us. I will see you next week for the live, and then I will then after that, see you at the new house. Very exciting. Take care, beautifuls. If you need to book a reading, book it. I may open a couple of spots for the first week of August. Otherwise, I'll see you for the lives or the pre-premieres. You will get all your content as normal. And I'll catch up with you later. Take care.